right, and we're back here with map number 2 of this BO3 between the Timbermen and the Fluffy Aimers. If you missed it, and it was quick, so you might have, it was 16-4 in favor of the Timbermen. They were in full control of Mirage. Fluffy Aimers looked a little bit out of their comfort zone, and it's not going to get any better here because they don't really play Overpass all that much, usually focusing more on Inferno, Vertigo, and maybe Anubis. Mirage, even only 2 times they played it throughout relegation and advanced season 44 playoffs. So let's see if the Fluffy Aimers can light a fire under their feet and their feet of their teammates and try to get something going here. Otherwise, the Timbermen could walk away with this one too.
Yeah, I think this is just prime right now for the taking. If we see Timbermen playing like they did in that last game, right, where they had the good protocols, they had some very good rotations. I mean, their T side was a sweep, so they're hopping right back into that T side here once again, and we'll see if they can get that same success. As they're playing that same, atypical, very patient pistol round here that's flaring up again. Just surprising to see, man. No real info plays just yet, and we are 48 seconds left into the round. Finally, we see a little bit of a fake B exec as the bomb is ready to head in towards A, and even Kel getting deep in towards the site. That's going to definitely sell the fake here. He found
he's taking the site.
50. He's completely sold it right now. Jason's wondering how on earth they're even on this A bomb site, and now the 2 players have to rotate up.
Oh my goodness, fantastic work from Kel, lurking around B. Now it's only Dia, and Dare takes care of him. 3K for Dare on the round, 1-0 for the Timbermen. That's picture perfect, right? Just trying to sell the fake. You only need 1 frag, because that immediately pulls the rotation over. Then the second one is just the cherry on top, and really throws Fluffy Aimers for a loop. At that point, the Timbermen pretty much have the round unless they completely mess something up, and they didn't.
That is a beautiful faking presence right there, and honestly, it was a lot of resources given to Kel, which is interesting again because you have a lot of strong players on this team, right? Maybe Derek could have been doing that sort of faking presence, but no, they give the fresh face the opportunity of a lifetime to just get all the flashes thrown for him, a P250 in armor, and he definitely makes good on his teammates' trust in him right there, which is very promising, very exciting. If you're Timberman there. There's a force buy though, so Fluffy Aimers ready to do some damage there. Perfect flash on the DA. Really get a chance to isolate those fights. The HE that follow suit is just as promising in Dare. He's really starting to heat up right now.
Dare had a really good performance on that first map, as did Shane. Along with Frankie, they were all really great, either flirting with 20 frags or above it. And now, well, they're picking up where they left off. Frankie, the only one without a frag just yet of that trio, and there you go. He's got his first. Could have a second as well, and that is extremely messy. He doesn't finish it, gets the assist. The snap comes in and says, I'm going to show you how it's done, Frankie. Peeping the last one standing. Still a clean round for Timberman regardless.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and chop that one up to the Galil, right?
That wouldn't happen on land, right? That's the excuse we'll get.
Yeah. Might have like 30 ping or something. No good. It's peeping. Oh, not able to find it either right there. Surprised you couldn't get that one. Frankie and Snap both down low, but it's flawless from the Timberman there. And that force buy gets handedly punished right there. That's exactly what you're looking for. That sort of damage done. Timbermen moving their way up to 2-0 here, and very likely going to grab themselves a third here with little investment. 1 flashbang, a couple of P250s. It kind of hints at an A-side stack, and they're going to just toss that flash over the wall. Pretty common. But right now, there's 4 players heading that way, so maybe this flash can do some damage.
Perhaps. So the nade could have done more if the timing was just a little bit different, but 3 players just get clipped instead of getting completely chunked. Frankie. Around, a little bit exposed, and he will go down to the P250. Shane trying to clear the space, and he does. He gets a couple. Dare finds one for himself, and that will likely be the round, and it is. Snav cleans out Sacrifice, 3-0 for the Timbermen.
A very solid round right there. Able to dispatch of that one. Frankie peeking up to maybe a little more than he bargained for, but the rest looking very calm and contained right there. Get the job done. There's no op being brought out just yet there. Dia not able to afford it. He gets the full belt of utility, but doesn't really prioritize the op, which is always interesting to see. I was talking about that head-to-head heading into this matchup. Well, I mean, Dia even not really playing a bad game. Just, it wasn't comparable to the trio that we had mentioned on Timbermen in that last map. Ooh, it's a big sound cue.
Yeah. Snav gonna go down here. Frankie gets the immediate trade on the other side of the map. Jason's taking a lot of damage though, so he's a little bit vulnerable here in connector, maybe realizing that. Now tucks himself into construction. Timberman looking to try and take the A site once more. Wouldn't necessarily be a bad call, but now it's been reinforced a little bit. You got Jason, excuse me, not Jason, learsi, along with Sacrifice waiting there. Two of the healthier players alive. Now the Timbermen tossing the util around, getting everyone set up and ready for the execute. One player lurking around towards short A. Could be important as the brunt of this attack comes from long.
Get those smokes out of their hands there, but learsi and Sacrifice able to actually end up getting a nice little crossfire going between connector and back of bank here. Sacrifice swings for the fences. That's a lockdown defense with some help from Jason as well. They keep their composure big time. They're able to get that flank formulated. They have the right resources on the right bomb site. So even in that 4v4 with Jason being very low in HP, they're not given a chance to isolate any duels or scale any way in towards that bomb site right there. And Timberman unable to capitalize off of that.
Fluffy AIMERS did have one of those clean rounds on Mirage, right? Where we thought, okay, this is where it's going to get started. Maybe a couple, right? Once they got their guns in their hands the first time, and then in the middle of the map, managed to get a second one that was really clean on their T side. But weren't able to really build off of it, at least on the previous map. Now here on Overpass, maybe we'll have a different story. But the Timbermen did build up enough money, enough cash, I should say, to get 4 AKs and the AWP. Slowly but surely working their way out towards Fountain. And everyone's going to group up in this direction, not even leaving a lurk behind the B site. A is certainly the right destination for the time being for the Timbermen, because there's only 2 players here, and one is already committed quite heavily in towards long A. So if they can slip in here, find the player on site, that is Jason, they'll perhaps be at an advantage to drop Dia, but they are going to actually take a fight here. Frankie walking to the crosshair, unbeknownst to him, and actually headshots Dia, but it was through the light post, and that's why Dia is still alive. He actually ends up getting the frag onto Frankie, and we have a 5v4 in favor of the Fluffy AIMERS, only 33 seconds left. Nade flies through as well, damages Kel a little bit. Timbermen have to make a move soon here. Flashbang comes in. Jason's waiting, not really disrupted at all by this util, and he tucks himself into the corner near Optimus. His teammate is down, and so is he! Oh my goodness, what a swing from Kel! learsi lines up 2, then gets the 3rd right on back. Oh, goodness me, learsi, a 4K standing on his head to get the round.
My god, learsi able to bring a little bit of heat here as well. Shutting that round down. Kel with a phenomenal double entry, but learsi just one up some with that defense. A little bit of a lineup there to open things up, but then the following 2 kills, just plucking some heads right off the server. That is beautiful work from learsi. And now it's going to be lacking money right there, when realistically Timbermen, they were overwhelming that bomb site. They should have had that one in the bag there if they were just able to topple or trade even. Just trade learsi. Not able to do that. That round slips from their grasp, and have to pick up the pieces here in a bit of an awkward fashion. Chance to equalize now from the Fluffy AIMERS. Let's look at this map control that they're taking. Dia getting very deep positioning here. He did start to run forward, but I think he's just going to get a nasty little flank on the bottom of all players here. Shane gets sent tumbling, and that, I feel like, is maybe the round.
I mean, that's the bomb. Dia's just looking for more now, realizing the players have to rotate around. He's got Kel. Bomb could be recovered because Dia's taken perhaps a few steps too far towards this B site. Could even end up flanked. Thing is, only 2 players left for Timbermen, so yeah, only pistols. Does end up going down, so that's an M4 upgrade. Or A1S upgrade, excuse me.
Dare does have some armor to back this one up, so he's going to get the A1S. Now it's all about just capitalizing on some mistakes or overextension from Fluffy AIMERS, but Peeping has all of this B site on lock and key. There's no need to press forward here. I know it's fun to get those ecos, but Fluffy AIMERS too careful to hunt too desperately. There's a little help from Sacrifice there. Peeping does go down low, but nothing too out of control. Dare may be able to isolate these fights here. Does spot the feet of Sacrifice, but Sacrifice somehow able to land that one long range, and we're all tied up.
Yeah. 3 rounds in a row. Right on back for the Fluffy AIMERS. And their economy isn't too bad. Nice little foundation built up here. Almost everyone around the 3K mark. And you got a full util belt. Guns look great. 2 AKs even on the defensive side. So maybe they can build something up here. A little bit of momentum for themselves. Timbermen will be right back on the buy, though. They got 5 AKs and about half the usual utils. That's a bit of a limitation, but at least they have 4 smokes available to them. learsi tossing that Molotov in for the tunnels. No one's really around the B site. Interesting to see the Timbermen play this way and not leave a B lurk. It's pretty typical of T-side teams on Overpass to leave a player around Monster, maybe hunt in towards construction, but they really are favoring sticking together rather than leaving their lurk too far away. And now, okay, maybe Snav deciding to have a peek in towards the B site. Does he get spotted out? No. Dia will not see him fall back. Or maybe he did. I'm not entirely sure because it looks like he's readjusting himself perhaps towards the A site here.
They're quickly transitioning this defense here back in towards this A bomb site. Look at the counter utility though. Jason able to step out for a frag and a second. That is incredible from Jason. Immediately setting the tone here as Diaz able to fire away there. They still have Sacrifice tucked in towards the back of truck. In fact, they have 2 players here tucked in towards the back of truck. So this round's hard to get out of control here, but that's one way to do it. Shane, he stepped out for an isolated duel, but he never overplays his hand. Not just yet. Instead, he pulls back just a little bit, reins in his aggression, and goes back for more. He even baits a shot out from Diaz as well. And now he's able to get that bomb plant comfortably. Second rotation's coming in from the same direction, so Shane's doing every bit of work right now, and he still has Frankie to help him out in this clutch.
Look, I mean, Shane trying to match what learsi did a couple of rounds ago. It's not too shabby so far. There's the 4K. Now he's on for the ace. Frankie going to get the frag, though. Ace or not, Timbermen are going to get that round. Such a nice play from both those players. I mean, you're in a 2v4. Not really that much of an opportunity or an opening to make something happen, but they just pry that bomb site open out of sheer will, and Shane in particular getting 2 very well timed and spaced frags, right? He gets the first, and like you mentioned, Cole, doesn't overextend himself. You know, he falls back and waits for his next opportunity, and the timing is just perfect. Timeout going to be called here, I think, by the Fluffy AIMERS. Let's check. And it is, no, actually Timbermen calling for a timeout here, even though they won that round.
And maybe just letting Shane rub it on in there, giving him a chance to just deal with the fact that they let that one slip.
Yeah.
But like you said, man, I can't even fault Fluffy AIMERS for letting that one slip too much, right? They were in good positions to trade if Shane was, you know, playing like the average player right there, you know, finding that kill and taking that space instantly, but instead he just is so composed in these sort of clutch situations, and he doesn't push forward. Instead, he leans on back after finding that kill. It's very impressive. So great work from Shane. Like you said, he needed to do what learsi was able to find there. As Dia goes for some aggression there, Frankie's so prepped and ready for it. So all of that early information towards A, it all kind of goes dark now in the screens as Shane presses forward, just surgically plucks Sacrifice out of the server. And there's 2 very strong opening picks. And now we have a Fluffy AIMERS team that's going to struggle to deal with this. We got a 5v3, and there's a full minute and 10 left to work the map.
Yeah, I mean, I think Fluffy AIMERS just being a little too aggressive this time. Okay, Peeping does manage to catch off Snav, trying to rotate around into Monster. Peeping, can he get the second? He does, even though he gets flashbang. Shane dead to rights. What a recovery here for the Fluffy AIMERS on this B site. Frankie is lurking around at A. He could get flanked in the bathrooms. needs to be careful. He might have been heard here by Jason. No, actually wasn't, but still not even checking it. Frankie goes down with his knife out. And now Kel and Dare have no choice but to try and take this B site. There is one player that's confirmed. Has just got some rounds fired in their direction. Dare gets one, Kel gets the second. Jason, last one standing now. Wow, that turned on its head quickly, and the bomb's going to be planted.
Kel tucking in right now in the pit, spotting out one. Dare is just fully exposed to heaven right now. And Jason has a chance to isolate this last fight. Kel, though, will still close it out. A little bit of redemption right there, as that one started off 5v3, but we go through a full roller coaster of emotions to get to the 1v1, and Kel will finish the job. That's a very impactful round as well, as the money's shot now for Fluffy AIMERS.
I think Dare thought that Kel was covering him. I don't believe he was aware of the possibility he would just get completely blindsided from heaven, but that's what happens. So either way, look, Kel gets the job done, finds the frag, they win the round, it's all okay. But another timeout is called by the Timbermen again. Maybe there's something, a look that's not going the way they expect it to, and they're trying to figure out what they need to adjust here.
Yeah, I mean, right there, it's I would say slightly measured aggression, but it really just comes down to if Dia can land that first pick. We get a slight error on the B bomb site where I guess they didn't realize how far up short they could have been.
Yeah.
That early into the round, but maybe back up Dia a little bit, give him a flashbang or something to turn that corner. I know he's probably feeling very confident in his ability right now, but it can't hurt to have those small little protocols that can extend your play. Maybe the difference between some of that more experienced rosters that we'll see in ECL versus the move ups. Can't teach that right there. Peeking forward there, taking care of Kel very early on.
I told you, Peeping is a very interesting young up-and-coming talent here on the Fluffy AIMERS, and he just has some crazy mechanics sometime that, I mean, they're just flashes that you feel like with a little more time could become a very impactful player at this level of play. Dare is going to get tagged down to 32, doesn't really see where Jason's shooting him from, and doesn't really want to try any longer. He's going to rotate around and join his team on an attempted B take, which is the right call. It's actually a really good read from the Timbermen, perhaps realizing that it could be a stack onto the A site. Still taking their time, of course, which they like to do. And not sure if I mentioned it before when I was talking about that aggression, because some action started to play out. But the thing is with the Fluffy AIMERS, when you're getting aggressive, the Timbermen like to play it very slow, and they're usually watching for those pushes. So they need to play perhaps a little more passively, but tempered aggression is still recommended on a map like Overpass. And, well, it is going to be the Timbermen getting the B site for free.
Yeah, again, it's always Fluffy AIMERS trying to get cheeky with some of the eco rounds there, so you can't really blame them too much. This boost could be promising, though. You wouldn't expect it from the CT side, right? Would you? Or is Frankie aware? No, eventually they just disassemble it. No one's actually peeking forward in that angle, so... Boost up in towards heaven. Going to find a little bit of success. No, peeking peeks forward there. learsi, another one. This is actually on for a little bit of a clutch, but no, Shane will put an end to it right there with 3 kills. Actually, another 4K from him. That is his now 3rd in the series, and this guy continues to perform, but that was very close from Fluffy AIMERS.
Yeah, Shane racking up the 4Ks indeed. I think it might be 2 4Ks and a 3K. I'm not sure. It could be 3 4Ks, though, with the way he's been playing, so yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it is 4 or 3 now, because he got that 4K on the clutch.
You're absolutely right. You're 100% correct, Cole. Shane is definitely... Now that actually should be 5 on the season, which may lead the league. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But 6-3 for Timbermen as they double up on the scoreline of the Fluffy AIMERS. Snav peering around here in connector around the edge of the smoke. Kel gets one, peeping the immediate trade. I think that was towards the B site, so that keeps B under the control of the Fluffy AIMERS. We'll see if Snav tries to challenge even further. The bomb is still dropped in towards T spawn. Snav needs to be careful. He's just trying to do some damage, attract some attention. In the meantime, Dia peeking around towards long, finds himself a present. It is Frankie. Takes him down.
He played that same lamppost angle, man. That angle is absolutely busted.
It is. It's weird. The lamppost blocks so much damage.
Ooh. Snav's able to lurk things out. Take care of peeping there. He does take a lot of damage for it, but now we're back to that eco standing once again. And they've gone pretty passive towards this A-bomb site here. So we'll see what Dare can get on his lurking presence. It's just going to be that contact fight here, hoping that he can catch a timing. Now he's scaled over towards his planting pot's position, but taken down. And that's a valuable kill from Dare, because that calms down the worries on this A-bomb site. It might allow them to get back in time towards B, but now they're finally spotted.
Yeah, learsi saw them. I thought he might try and pop a headshot. Would have been lethal up against Snap. In fact, anything's lethal against Snap with only 15 HP. Shane, last one standing, but he's so good for the clutch. Not this time, though. Dia immediately drops him after the plant goes down, and Fluffy AIMERS with the defusal will get a 4th round. Timbermen have enough money to buy up in this next one? I don't think so. Even with the $800 added with the bomb plant, it will be a little bit rough, and will likely have to settle for a half buy. Good to see the Fluffy AIMERS with a response, though.
Yeah, that's a very important one, especially when you did such good work in a eco round. You find 4 kills. If you're able to win that next gun round coming up, that's where that economic woe comes from Timberman, despite stringing a couple of nice rounds together. So key capitalization here is going to allow Fluffy AIMERS to fight themselves back a little bit. As Dare gets a deagle on armor. Couple pistol upgrades, but one thing about Timberman, I feel like they're always very measured. You never see them go for too many crazy force buys. Yeah. Anything like that. They play a very cautious game when it comes to the economy, and prioritize those rifle rounds as much as possible.
It's a fairly common calculated approach. There's no question from the Timbermen. 4 players going to be heading down and flooding into long A. One of them decides to deviate a little bit, checking out what's happening at party, perhaps into connector, but his teammate coming from connector will be able to get through, and Shane gets the headshot onto Jason. As you just saw, Dia manages to get the trade. Can he get more? Dia, well, he's a little bit exposed here potentially, but his movement is strong. Look at him strafing back and forth, does get another couple, but Dare comes back with 2. Dia and Sacrifice are gone, 2v2, and now it's even both in terms of the numbers and the hardware available. Oh goodness, where do the Timbermen go from here? Right, there's only 1 player on each bomb site, and learsi's really far away from A. A rotation would take quite some time for him, and maybe Peeping realizing this because he doesn't want to take an aggressive angle on A, instead falls back so that if the take comes through, maybe he pops a few shots off and then goes into cover and calls for the reinforcements.
This is a scary position right now for Fluffy AIMERS.
Yeah.
They're contacting up along here. Peeping isn't fully covering it. He could be in for a big surprise, and that timing isn't pretty. Might have seen a barrel. Might have seen something there as the spam comes through and the site being taken. Very wise to play your life here as he tosses in an absolute touchdown of an H-cheat. Does a little bit of chip damage to Shane. But it's Dare who I think is the biggest worry right now, and they're going to scale just silently past the crosshair here in towards bank. Meanwhile, Peeping is waiting for this. Now he's waiting for his teammate to come through in rotation. They've doubled up in bank right now, but they're not pressing the issue here. They're not pushing forward.
I don't think learsi's going to get here in time. I mean, it's just such a long rotation. Peeping has to make something happen. He comes out from dumpster, being watched for. Shane goes down to 24. Can he evade the bullets? Yes! And he gets the frag onto Peeping. learsi going to smoke the bomb, pretending he's going to stick to the defusal, and it doesn't matter anyway. Shane finds the last. Another 3-kill plus round for him. This time only 3, not 4, but still so impactful. 118 ADR, 15 frags. Leads the way as the only player in double-digit frag territory and helps Timbermen get a 7th round on the board. Not to mention, they isolated that round victory found in the prior round by the Fluffy AIMERS.
Oh, man. That is such a heartbreaking round. Look at what it does to the mentality here. It's a full force by coming through from Fluffy AIMERS. I feel like they're trying to recover lost space. They knew they had that round in the bag, to be honest with you, and that one slips from their fingertips, although maybe they can pull it back there. A little bit of encouragement there from Peeping and learsi, but they both get traded.
Dia's still alive with the op, right? And Sacrifice has managed to pick up a dropped AK, so indeed, a little bit of hope injected into this round for the Fluffy AIMERS as the Timbermen go back to their tried and true B take. Sacrifice watching the tunnel, that entrance into construction. It's a good idea. Frankie's walking into it. Frankie will get taken down by Sacrifice. So there's the man advantage. A lot of time left, though, for the Timbermen. They don't have to rush into anything. So we'll see what they decide to do. And they say, you know what? We're going to try and take the space. Jason lines up the headshot with the deagle. Oh my goodness. This force buy is looking absolutely marvelous. Jason will get taken down by Snav. The thing is, Dia and Sacrifice are still waiting, and Dia's got his crosshair lined up. It is a crossfire. Snav, he might be able to slip through here. One interesting... Okay, no. Dia's dropped down. I was going to say he could probably get to the A site if Dia wasn't watching this. Now Dia will get the frag. That's going to do it. Fluffy Aimers come right on back for a 5th.
They repositioned it from Dia. Great round from Fluffy Aimers there. Feeling like they didn't have a whole lot going for them. They go for a very risky force buy. If that doesn't pan out, timbermen get to win the half, but probably taking an extra mile there and gets even further credit there. But they get held off at 7. And now, timbermen, again, very cautious with their economy. Dare has a lot of reserves, so they'll go for a hero AK, but the rest of the team on pistols here once again. They've been able to make some magic happen with this purchase once, but getting that more than once here is going to be a whole other story, although
Goodness, what's
Kel
happening?
absolutely clotheslines learsi. So who knows?
I mean, really, definitely, it feels like we could have a lot of crazy rounds back and forth, despite the fact that it was just pistols for Fluffy Aimers in the previous one. They were able to pull it off, and here, timbermen are going into pistols with an AK in the hands of Dare, but they did that while still staying above the 2K mark. So very disciplined management of the economy, and perhaps even a chance at a round with that opening frag found. Dare holding the angle with the AK. Peering around into short A as the Fluffy Aimers on the other side at long are trying to gain a little bit of space and information. Dare's going to toss a smoke to try and indicate that they're going towards the A site, but I think this is just a ruse. Yeah, they're going to rotate back into B. Fluffy Aimers not really buying it as they still keep 2 players on this B site.
Very committed angles right now. This is perfect versus the pistols. As long as some crazy shots don't come their way. There's no flashes that they have to worry about as well. They've already used all their utility here as the peek comes on through there. The lineups come on in. But there's only one from peeping here, and Sacrifice is spectating his gun. It's a nice AK, but he needs to land some frags with it there, as you will find too. Takes down the rifle as well, and a 3rd. Sacrifice. Brilliant defense from him. Is eventually Frankie able to overwhelm here. Low on HP is Dia, but that time is ticking. And he's got to worry about his short presence here. Frankie dead to rights. And it will be held on to by Fluffy Aimers. A scary one, but they get the job done.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure about that angle that Peeping was holding on top of the boxes there. I mean, usually a one and done. I do understand, like you were saying, against the pistols, it can be very potent, but he only gets one and then traded out. Afterwards, Sacrifice, look, he knew all along he had plenty of time, Cole, to inspect the rifle, enjoy its beauty, and then go for the 3K. So, I mean, in full control, right? Fluffy
Full
Aimers.
control.
Sorry, yeah, exactly. Fluffy Aimers are going to try and tie this one up at 7. Definitely more impressive in this first half than they were on Mirage. This is a CT-sided map, and Timbermen still have that lead. It's already a really good T-side. They can't hit this jump. That's information gained, right?
Oh!
Oh, goodness. This just stop, guys. Just give up. It's done.
My goodness. That was not pretty. Oh, and Shane gonna get taken down for it as well. You hate to see it right there, but that's one way. You know, Frankie, he couldn't make the opening pick happen on the boost, but just spamming through a smoke to redeem himself is all good.
"47 seconds left. Sacrifice definitely doesn't want to inspect the gun this time. He's up against some very potent AKs, no longer the pistols. No time for any antics. 33 seconds. Only a little bit of util left for the Timbermen. They have to deploy it wisely, and one of those Molotovs goes for Toxic. Sacrifice just ducking down, gets spotted out. learsi does manage to get the trade, keeps the numbers even. Dia gives them the advantage now. learsi traded out, but it's still Dia standing, knocking down bodies until he falls to Frankie's AK. But he does the damage. Frankie only at 18 HP. Jason still full health, and has the flashbang. 8 seconds left. It has to be stuck, and it's in the open. Frankie dropped by Jason, tied up 7-7.
That's tough right there because Frankie got flanked off last round from short in that exact scenario right there. And this time around, he's so worried about short flank right there, so he just tosses in a smoke. He plants in the open, expecting him to be flanking. And of course, Jason makes the right read right there through Graffiti. Gets the job done, but Dia, the real hero in this round, man. Doing excellent work in Graffiti. Saving his teammates big time. Because the way that they were entering in right there, the very potent double swing in towards pit. Hold that thought, though, is Peeping going to be in for an absolute duel right now. Flashbang comes through, brilliantly placed from learsi. It sets up his teammates for success. He sticks around for another kill. learsi throws another perfect flash. Overrun eventually, and Dare has another. So we're back to even standing, but that is a lot of information here. We'll see how they can play this 3v3.
A lot of damage done, too, to the Timbermen, Shane and Dare at 39 and 44 HP, respectively. That is not good on their side versus the Fluffy Aimers, who have 300 combined. Everyone at full health that's left standing. Timbermen readjusting. There's a lot of focus here by the Fluffy Aimers on the B site, and they can't have that focus because of how aggressively pushed up Jason is. He's right next to connector, so if Timbermen decide to go either through mid or into party, he will know. Now he backs off. Long is a little exposed. That's the only weakness here for the Fluffy Aimers. 45 seconds left. And well, they won't have to worry about Long, that's for sure. But Jason has to hit his shots, because if he goes down without at least getting one, Fluffy Aimers will be in a little bit of trouble trying to rotate back to this site. Jason, here's the footsteps. That's so much information. He has a significant edge now. Just going to pop up from the bathrooms. Gets one, probably the second. There it is. Only Dare left standing with a deagle and a prayer, and he at least gets one, but 17 seconds left. He has to push his way to the bomb site, find a way to plant it, and recover the bomb as well. 10 seconds now. Dare running out of time. Grabs the bomb, needs to plant it, and he won't be able to. learsi gets it, and the Fluffy Aimers come back to take the lead into the half as we take a break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Break up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. Still I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, left here reuse it, that you just need to.
Second half, map number 2. Timbermen are up 1-0 in terms of maps, but the Fluffy Aimers finally are able to cobble something together and take a lead heading into the second half. 8 rounds overall. It's not the greatest CT side on Overpass, but at least they walk into this with the lead, Cole.
Yeah, that's definitely helpful here. CT side of Overpass, it can be slightly favorable here. Definitely not as much as it used to be, but we'll see if that's the case here. We'll see if Timbermen can pull back here, or Fluffy Aimers continue to try and threaten that third map. Again, we kind of expected this to go one of two ways here. Timbermen, they show their experience, and maybe that takes a big advantage in their factor, and maybe we could see Fluffy Aimers come out with a little bit of fight. But again, I was worried when we didn't see Inferno that we would get our answer there early on Mirage, and looked like we got our answer. But I like the resiliency that Fluffy Aimers are showing right now on Overpass so far.
No question at all. We'll see if this pistol round can tilt the favor in the direction of either of these teams. Still no contact. 44 seconds left in the round. The Fluffy Aimers making their move. No utility left, though, except for that flashbang that was just tossed. And we'll see. Frankie gets one onto peeping. Gonna get the second, yes, but the trades come through, so it's even at a 3v3. Going to likely be a post-plant situation, as the Timbermen need to get the numbers back up onto this site before attempting the retake. Kel hopping around this corner. Certainly good for the headshots. Can he find it is another question. Shane at least does. He gives his team the man advantage. They're chasing so aggressively against Kel that they kind of trap themselves here in towards Dumpster. Dualies connecting onto Jason, but can't finish the job. Now they're going to stick to the defusal, because why not? Oh no! Dare goes down. Shane has to do the work again in the clutch, and he can't. Sacrifice gets the headshot. That's going to be the round for Fluffy Aimers. They're on quite a little streak now. I think that's 5 in a row.
Yeah, doing excellent work right there, shutting that round down. Good pistol. I believe they're first of the series so far, so finally getting that such a crucial turning point right now. That's going to allow them to move forward here. And, get off to that T-side start that they had hoped for. Setting the tone, setting the pace of this half here. Of course, they do have to convert the anti-eco, which has been relatively hard for both of these teams, I will say.
Yeah.
A lot of eco success, so we'll see if that trend continues as well. But the pace so far that's being set is very aggressive here. Head-to-head from Peeping and Frankie. Fighting things off there. It's going to favor the T-side there. But Dare, what is that peak right there? He has to do a whole lot more than that, though, as he gets pressured off the angle.
Dare. Can he hit another one of those rippers with the scout? He connects onto Sacrifice. He's done the same against Peeping. So, I mean, with the SMG and the pistol around him, those could easily finish off those last two players. And then the Fluffy Aimers will be in a bit of trouble. But a lot of time, no reason to pound on that panic button just yet. 1:03 on the clock. Fluffy Aimers will make the readjustment, but I kind of like the way the Timbermen are playing this, right? They figure, okay, I think we've done enough to force the Fluffy Aimers off this B site. So they send the scout along with the Deagle towards A, and they leave Snav behind up close at a good angle for the MP9 to hold. Fluffy Aimers. 3 players stacked up at long. I mean, this is best case scenario for Timbermen, honestly.
They better hope that they can capitalize off of some of the low HP bars that Dare has established. There's not another tag, though. He does get overwhelmed, and oh my god. D and Jason, we get it from the POV of Timbermen as headshots just continue to flood their way.
That's wild. Honestly, everything went the way the Timbermen were hoping it would, with Fluffy Aimers coming from long and a potential crossfire setup, but they dismantled the remaining players on the Timbermen side, and now they've got 10 here. Double digits found first. for the Fluffy Gamers. The opposite mirage for timbermen found in the first half. Nade. Here. Very light investment for the team, of course, as they want to wait for one more round before getting the rifles up. I should say before fully investing. 3 Deagles, a 5.7, and the USP. Stacked up pretty heavily in the direction of the B site. There is still some presence on A. That's Snap with the Deagle. Dia, perhaps expecting it, is spamming through that smoke. Doesn't really connect for much, though, Cole.
And nothing too crazy just yet. It's now not giving him the availability. As learsi again winning that fight. The short side, dealing with the aggression, although Dare somehow makes the USP sing right there, and Shane finds another, so somehow this round starts to get a whole lot more interesting. We're back to even stead, though. As Dia's able to overwhelm Dare eventually. 3v3 here. They do have a Deagle on site, but it's just Snav here. He needs to buy some time or land a kill here, and he does do that. Another one, an opportunity. Instead, he's going to run away here, try and rely on the teammates' support. And right now, a man advantage for timbermen.
This is getting pretty wild. Deagle's connecting. Dia and Jason still a significant edge with these AKs, but if timbermen just send all 3 out, it could work in their favor. Dia gets 1, a second, and well, no, it doesn't. Snap, last one standing, gets tagged through the wall down to 3. I don't think he can do this now, and he will not. It will be Dia finishing off all remaining 3 players. A 4K for him on the round, 11-7 for the Fluffy Aimers. Even though it got scary, they held their nerve, took the site, and took the frags as well.
That's always risky whenever you have to concede that control there, like Snav was kind of forced to do. He did a good job, right? He gets his kill, he stays alive, but you don't have much to really, tank through. If you're trying to run through a smoke right there and win a round, it's always going to be so easy for Dia to pluck them to pieces, and that's exactly what he's able to do here. This is some confidence, though. Smoking the mullet and going past it here, just trying to get aggressive, get in their face early on. So far, it's mission accomplished. He's going to continue to take that space.
Sacrifice, expecting a boost to come through. Now it might, but he's flashed out, so he's not going to realize that Frankie has full visibility into his angle, and Frankie can't capitalize on it. Sacrifice gaining that intel, saying, yep, there are 2 players here. They're boosting up on the B side. Could be a lot of B presence, and he wouldn't be wrong in that assumption. Still 3 players here. 1 at Toxic, 1 at Pillar, and 1 playing almost, I'd say on Pit, more than likely here. Looking at the radar. 57 seconds. Fluffy Aimers have the intel. Now they just have to hit their execution.
There's not a lot of counter utility here left. 45 seconds on the clock here, so Fluffy Aimers, as they get ready to gear in for a B side exec, they are giving themselves enough time to work with here. I say not a lot of counter utility, but you can see the little utility that they have left. 1 counter smoke being tossed in just now. HE lands for some good damage here. But look at the flashes right now. They're so very blinded up. learsi again with these brilliant flash assists, but flash assist right back from Snav as they continue to pick apart this defense right now. Pushing past the smoke. A desperate attempt here from Snav to recover. He finds one. The quick trade comes through, and Dare, he gets a much needed shot, just missed. Split straight through the goalpost, and coverage coming through from Dia here should be able to take care of business. The tag landed, but the re-swing comes through. Dia will capitalize, and that's going to be 12 right there, locked in for Fluffy Aimers.
Wow, they are shutting the timbermen out on their CT side. Well done by the Fluffy Aimers, just executing so perfectly that flashbang to Toxic, where 2 players were located. Just unbelievable stuff. Nothing they could do. They had no idea Jason was that close. He transfers for 2, and after that, the Fluffy Aimers stomp all over the bomb site. And Dare, well, he has to watch helplessly from heaven as he can't really contribute much into the round and eventually falls by the wayside. learsi, that flashbang, of course, was great. He is the player they look towards to commit to that utility usage. He's got the lead on the team in terms of flashes thrown per round coming into this one at 0.78, and also leads in flash assists per round at 0.05. So learsi practicing his flashes for exactly these types of situations. Timbermen are on to another half buy here, Cole.
Yeah, prime opportunity here. They are working wonders on this T side here. I mean, obviously it looked like a very clear opportunity for a Timberman to punish pick, but it wasn't really Timberman playing into their strengths.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think their strengths were Mirage and this Veto, and that got picked for them, so that was quite easy, but it's still, we're seeing some of the lack of comfort here showing up on this map. We'll see if they can recover here. This is some very nice control from Snav. Nice trade from Dia there towards that A-bomb site, but as he runs back in, Snav is actually confirming this information. He might be able to cut him off here. Turning the corner, Dia now sidelined as the B stack is still maintained.
Oh, Shane's going to get the hedge on the sacrifice. Kel drops Peeping. The trades are good at the very least for Fluffy Aimers, but they only have learsi left. He has to get a clean frag on Kel, and he can't spot him. That's fantastic moving by Kel through the smoke, slipping away out of the view of learsi, and now he's in the pit. He has to get back onto the site. He gets both frags onto Kel and Snav. Why not? learsi doing it all with the utility, and now with the rifle. 13-7 in favor of the Fluffy Aimers. That's twice, Cole. The Timbermen have looked scary with the pistols, but the Fluffy Aimers have kept their cool and hit the round victory.
Yeah, learsi able to hit the ground running when it's required a clutch of him. I mean, he talked about the flash assist here. He's usually just in the back line setting his teammates up for success, and he's doing a great job of that. But when it's required that he actually steps up and lands a couple of nice kills, look at the way that he found those fights. I mean, he looks so very comfortable in that position. Two brilliant headshots come through from him. learsi locking in right now. An all-important clutch. That was a chance to, get the ball moving here from Timbermen on the CT side. And right now, they just look a little bit lost, waiting for a flashbang. Another missed boost here. The boosts haven't been too clean from this this team so far.
Timbermen, they need a round. By hook or by crook. Something. Anything. To get them into this half. Otherwise, we are quickly going to find ourselves onto Vertigo for map number 3, and that actually will be really interesting if we get there, because both teams are pretty good on it. Kel, waiting at Monster. He doesn't want to see a map 3. Timbermen want to get this 2-0 victory and come back into this one. It all starts with one round. Looky here is a question, and well, the trades are solid again from the Fluffy Aimers, and they get the man advantage. Jason and Peeping only have 57 HP combined, though, so they're a little vulnerable. We'll see if Snap can do the work with that A1S, but the bomb's been planted, and again, the utility is strong. Heaven smoked off. Peeping's watching it, waiting for that smoke fade, expecting someone to be there. Now he turns away from it. Perfect timing for Snap to peek around. He sees the player a pillar, which distracts him, and he's not going to look down. Dia ends up taking him out, and Dare has to fall back. No choice. The Fluffy Aimers get a 14th.
Wow. What a round right there. I mean, just perfect trades coming through on the entrance. You can see how clean they were. And then they just always are locking down these post plants. They don't have any trouble getting these post plants down range. Every single time they've been in these late scenarios here, they get the job done. One kill comes through from Dare here. You might have heard the footsteps on the flank there. Unable to deal with him just yet, but he won't miss twice. And obviously the other last man standing on Fluffy Aimers on the opposite side of the map. One up saved. But Timbermen, their backs are against the wall. They need to win a round here. Otherwise, I feel like this one's, too far gone. They can't let Fluffy Aimers grab 7 rounds in a row to grab, or, well, even more considering the last half, but 7 rounds in this half flawlessly to get that map point.
Yeah, and they're going to force up here, realizing the situation. They have the op to force around. Yeah, this is the right call. Try and keep them off of map point. Battle going to happen in construction here. Kel's trying to spray one down. He does, but there again is a trade. They've been so good at this, and Peeping's got 2. Jason with another one, and Frankie comes back and gets 2 back. That is crazy. I can't believe the Timbermen are into this round, because it looked like it was about to be over. learsi and Jason trying to regroup and decide where they're going to go, realizing the B site is probably where both players are located. But it feels like they want to go and take that fight. learsi looking in. Could spot the toes soon. is off the angle for now, and Timbermen are actually going right in this direction. learsi won the second as well from Jason, and that is going to give them a 15th goal. Timbermen fall short.
They just timed that aggression perfectly right there. The job made so easy. Finding those early picks from peeping, and then the finishing coming through from Jason and learsi. Again, this combination of experience and young guns on Fluffy AIMERS is just looking very confident right now. And Overpass just, you know, we talked about the lack of experience here for Fluffy AIMERS, and it doesn't look like they are lacking any experience right now. Timbermen are throwing everything at them. Every little move, every little trick that they have at their sleeve, they've been throwing at them. The aggression hasn't worked out. Some of the boosts, they've been struggling to mount them. It looks like a little role reversal here with the you know, lesser experienced Fluffy AIMERS making some of the more veteran ESL players just look a little bit silly here on this map.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Overpass isn't the greatest for the Timbermen. We talked about it, you know, 3 and 9 in 12 maps over the last 3 months. So I think they just felt like this could be a punish pick where they could have the advantage, despite the fact that they haven't exactly had the most success here. But it hasn't been the case. The Fluffy AIMERS came ready to play here on Overpass, and it feels like Vertigo is incoming. Dia can't get the headshot there. Francie does manage to take down Peeping, and Snav will get Dia. So a 4v3 advantage for the Timbermen. They do have to yield the A site, though, in order to get those frags, which is the problem. Bomb planted. Sacrifice. Jason and learsi want to close it out right here, right now.
Eager to grab more map control here. As you can see, Jason getting himself deep in towards bank here, tucked in. Sacrifice as well. Needed that kill. Look at the kill feed right now.
Unreal.
It's only Dare that shows up in blue as learsi finishes the job. Will lock things in, and that's a confident victory. Flawless sweep in the second half as well. T-side, they won every round, and I gotta say, man, that's a really good look. A confidence building turn of events there for Fluffy AIMERS in a fashion that I didn't think we were going to see.
No, not at all. I thought that the Fluffy